Testing, testing, testing. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? How you guys doing? It's your boy Tristan Merrick here, the digital storyteller, and it is a late night talk. It's Monday, January the 17th. I haven't been on a live stream for a long time, for a very, very long time, and I'm super excited to just be on a live stream. So I'm actually going to switch my mic to, I'm going to switch my mic here. Give me 1 second. I'll switch it over so that you can actually hear it in its full fidelity. There we go. I'm going to use the stereo here. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? What's up, everybody? How you guys doing? It's Tristan here. I am super excited to be online. I'm just doing some testing right now. And I am jumping online just because, you know what? I haven't been online for a long time. I've been busy shooting with this bad boy right here. I don't know if you can see it. It's the A7 Mark IV. Finally got some flip out screen action happening. And I'm actually still doing testing with my A7 Mark III. Actually, it's not even mine. My dad bought it for me, so I don't even own one anymore. But nevertheless, I am really excited to talk a little bit about the A7S Mark IV. I'm currently building out my review for this camera, and it's in high demand. A lot of people have gotten their hands on it, but there's still a lot of people that are waiting for it. And I'm actually glad I picked up. I stuck with Sony because I was actually going to switch to the A7, not the A7. I was actually going to switch to Canon, the Canon EOS R lineup, and I just decided not to do that. Hey, what's up, Yogi? How you doing, bro? Hey, what's up? Long time. Yeah, so I ended up switching or staying with Sony because of the fact that when I purchased two A7 or EOS Rs, EOS R6s, and when I purchased those, I was really excited. I had purchased the 50 RF50 1.2. I also purchased the 105, the RF 105, all like L series or the high series camera option. And I said to myself, well, let me test it out on a small job. So I had a job where I was traveling to Vancouver, and it was for a client project. And I traveled to Vancouver, and I'm not lying to you. The first night I pulled out my EOS R6, started shooting with it, and you know that thing overheated in like 15, 20 minutes. Now, mind you, so here's the setup, right? I bought the cameras. I brought one camera body with me and one of the lenses, right? The 24 to 105. We were shooting in a club type of environment. There wasn't a lot of people in there. And then we actually ended up shooting in the kitchen because we were shooting some food shots and some prep shots and stuff. I end up going into the kitchen. I'm filming there, the guy's sauteing, they're cutting up different things. They're frying fries, they're cooking up oxtail, doing all this great stuff, cooking up some really good food. And then all I start seeing is the overheating warning. And I'm thinking to myself, Yogi, I'm thinking, overheating? I just had this bad boy on for like maybe 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. Now, mind you, again, it was a little bit warm inside the kitchen. I was shooting 4K 60 in full frame, no crop factor. But I'm thinking to myself, like, I just spent $3,000, flew across the country to shoot a commercial project, to now see this camera can't handle a little bit of it. It wasn't battery life was fine, Yogi. The battery life was perfectly fine. What the problem was that um, the actual camera itself was overheating, and that was the EOS R. So I was like, well, the EOS R6, I should say. So I said to myself, well, if that's the case, then why don't I just wait? I still have my A7 Mark III. I still have my Black Magic. Why not wait for the A7 Mark IV? So I ended up actually returning the EOS R6, returned it back to Vistec. And they charged me. They still charged me. I was honest. I told them that I tried out the camera body, one camera body and lens, but I kept it in such pristine quality. The guy was like, I can't even tell the difference. It looks perfect. Nevertheless, they charged me for that. What was heating up, Yogi? So the EOS R, so the EOS R6. So I'm gonna actually pull this up so you can see what I mean by the EOS R6. Um, R6 Canon. Basically, it was this camera right here. I'm gonna pull it up for you so you can actually see what I'm trying to say here. It was this camera. Okay? Can you hear me? There we go. So it was the EOS R6, and coincidentally, it was the same price as what I paid for the A7 Mark IV. The A7 Mark IV is $31.99. The EOS R6 actually was at the time was less than that. It was like $3,000. But then, nevertheless, at the end of the day, I tried it out. I tested it out. It wasn't for me. I really did want to switch back to Canon, but even with the image quality and stuff like that, like I was filming in C-Log, I didn't like the compression. I didn't really like how anything really looked, to be very honest with you. And maybe it's because I'm just so used to the Sony picture profiles. I'm so used to all of that space that it just didn't compute to me that, again, I was in a different system and different color space that I hadn't been in for a long time, and I had to get used to it. But nevertheless, a lot of people are creating some amazing stuff with the R6, and that's cool. I want to talk a little bit about the A7 Mark IV. Okay, the A7 Mark IV. Now, I do have. Um, does that make sense, Yogi? Yeah, the A7 Mark IV. So the A7 Mark IV, there are a few things that I really, really love about this camera. Now, the number one thing for me is the form factor. So obviously, the biggest thing that I love about the form factor is now it finally has a pull-out screen, right? Flip out screen. I can see myself. If I turn this on right now, I can actually see myself, and I can also put on a lens, and I can flip this around and do everything that I want to do with it. But it also has this right here, which is, I'll show you right here. There we go. Let me see. Is it on autofocus? Maybe it's not on autofocus. But what I'm trying to show you here is I'm trying to show you basically the fact that it has dual card slots, both for SD card slots as well as for CFast Express cards, which is really, really useful. The CFast Express cards allow you to record in all I recording format, which just means that instead of your footage or the camera recording every couple of frames and really taking one shot, let's say every couple of frames, instead of 24 frames per second, it's shooting, at the 7th frame, at the 14th frame, and at the 24th frame. It's actually able to actually record all I. So every single frame in full resolution 4K, 6K, well, not 6K, but 4K 60. And then what it allows you to do with the CFast Express cards is that not only is it allowing you to record quicker and record higher frame rates, or not higher frame rates, but higher bit rates in the camera in the Mark IV, but it also allows you to transfer all those files a lot quicker. And oftentimes we don't think about this when we're thinking about purchasing faster cards. We're just thinking about, oh, I want to shoot in 6K or 4K 60 or 4K 120. That's cool. But what I will say is, hey, David, what's up? How you doing? What's up? What's up? Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Hold on. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. Love seeing you guys. I know it's been a minute, but I had to come online. I felt kind of like I was neglecting you guys. I was creating videos earlier this year, and earlier this new year, I was creating new videos, and then last week I have a ton of footage that I'm trying to edit and create, but I'm getting so much work. It's like it's crazy. Like I thought, we were in a pandemic. Toronto was shut down, but man, I'm getting hired left, right, and center, and I'm doing a lot of testing with the EOS R, or not the EOS R, but the A7 Mark IV, which is really really useful. And I'm also still doing testing with my A7 III, and I also got the FX5 or FX3. So I'm doing all this testing with all of these cameras to really mesh to see what actually works well. Let's see some of your comments here. All right, hold on. Been loving your videos. Thank you so much, David. Thank you. I appreciate you, bruh. I appreciate you. You know how it is. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Yogi, what are you saying here? Can you record on both cards at the same time? Can you record on both cards at the same time? You can definitely record on both cards at the same time, but they have to. So you can't record like 4 cards at a time, right? It only has 2 card slots, right? So when we're looking at this here, and again, sorry about that. I didn't change my autofocus, unless, hold on. Yeah, it did change. There we go. Yeah, so if you see it there, you can put in 2 SD cards, or you can put in 2 CFast Express uh, Type A cards, right? And these cards, let me tell you something. These cards, let's talk about these cards for a minute. These cards are an arm and a freaking leg. They cost so much money. For 2 CFast Express Type A cards, which only Sony makes and Pro grade makes, they are like $800, $900 for 2 cards. Now, mind you, they're 160 gigabyte cards, so they're fairly large, and they are super fast and super durable. So there is that. I mean, it takes to transfer, let's say, any one of my shoots for the past 2 weeks. It's only taken me maybe 5 to 10 minutes to transfer all my footage, and I'm shooting like hours of footage. So it's actually very, very useful that way. Let's see some more of your questions here. What do you have to say, David? Been working on my stage play and audio drama, trying to finish my script before my babies gets born. Yo, I hear you. I hear you. Listen, when babies get born, your life changes dramatically. So big up yourself. Big up yourself. You got to get that work done. You got to get that work in. Do you guys have any questions? I want to answer some questions, whether it is about the A7 Mark IV. I have this right here. I also can, if you want me to bring my FX3, I can bring my FX3 and show you a little bit about what the FX3 looks like in relationship or versus the A7 IV. I can also show you some of my new lenses. You guys let me know what we talk about, or what we're going to talk about. This is just late night discussion. We're chilling out here. Let me know in the chat where you guys are from. If you guys aren't subscribers, subscribe to the channel. I think you'll like it. We're doing a lot of cool stuff. We're talking gear. We're having fun. This is just a late night discussion. So let me know your thoughts here. While we're waiting for some of your thoughts to come in, I'm actually going to grab 2 of the lenses that I've been using here. Let's see here. David has a question. My wife and I travel a lot, and I am going to get the A7 IV. What's a good vlogging lens for travel and photography? Oh, that's great. and you're located in LA, yo, listen, big up yourself. LA's dope. Oh my goodness. I need to listen. The one time I went to LA, I was like, I was all about that LA life. It's a sexy city, man. Like I really want to get back there and do some work and create some things in LA. So let me jump. I'll show you the lenses that I purchased with my A7 IVs, because one of the things I wanted to do was I want to get away from these, this sort of setup. So if I show you over here, let me see here. Yeah. So this setup is basically the Sigma adapter, Sony to Canon adapter. It's the MC11, and this is the Canon 24 to 105. This used to be my bread and butter. I love this lens. I love it. I just love everything about this lens. But the problem is that if you forget your adapter, if you want to have autofocus and you're doing photography and you're jumping from photography to cinematography, then having a non-native Sony lens or non-native lens that you're adapting to a Sony body, you're losing out on so many features, whether you want autofocus for video or autofocus for photography. Yo, what's up, Jason? What's good, fam? Yo. Listen, it's all good, man. Mad love to you. Mad respect. You already know what it is. You already know what it is. Jason is about that life, that vlogging life, that content creating life. Love you, appreciate you, big up yourself. Listen, man. David says or asks if I'm in Toronto. I'm definitely in Toronto. That's what's up. I am located in Toronto, just outside of Toronto. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually show you the lens that I replaced my 24 to 105 with, and I'm going to show you a great vlogging lens. Give me 1 second. Give me two seconds. All right, so I'm bringing a couple things here. So I have my FX3 and a vlogging setup with my FX3. So I'm so excited. I'm excited to show these things. I'm excited to share these things. I hope you guys get something out of this. If you're getting something out of this, like, subscribe, share this stream, all that good stuff. Anyways, I replaced this 24 to 105 with the Sony 21 to 105. Now, the reason I got this 21 to 105, number one, was it was affordable. It was on sale. It was $1,500 Canadian. It gives me image stabilization, but they call it optimal stabilization. The other thing that I really like about this is that the autofocus is really clicky and snappy. So I don't know if you know this, but I have another A7 Mark IV that I'm doing this stream with, and it's actually using the 24 to 105. So if I actually show you, I'm going to show you because I'm using Ecamm and I'm zoomed in, but it's actually at 24 frames, so or 24. So this is at 24. You can see the fullness of the 24, but I actually zoomed in. I'm doing a digital zoom, and I'm zooming in just so I'm just a little bit more tighter, and I can hide some of my junk in the background. But essentially, this is what you would get at about 75, 85. It is a very sharp lens, and it is super, super crispy when it comes to focus. So if I go like this, it'll snap to focus, boom, snap back, boom. It follows very, very well. It does a lot of great tracking. So that's what is up, and this is my replacement for the 105 is the Sony 105, and that's what I'm using for the stream. If you want something for vlogging, specifically for vlogging and travel photography, look no further than the Sony G. It's not G Master, the Sony G 20 millimeter. This right here is fan freaking tastic. This lens is really, really good for vlogging. It's super wide. You can take really great landscape shots. It's sharp. The focus is really sticky. It just sticks back and forth. I may even show you how wide it is. Let me see if I can show you how wide it is here, because I think it's important to really see how all of these things work. By the way, another thing I love about the Mark IV is the fact that with the Mark IV, you no longer need a micro HDMI anymore. You can just use a full-fledged HDMI cable, and it'll go right into the body with no issues. So I'm very, hold on, very excited about that. Let me get this in here. Perfect. I'm gonna grab one of my cables here. We're gonna see how this is translating. You guys are really talkative tonight. Let me see what else you guys are saying. So it's not an L series lens. Sony's equivalent to an L series lens is called G Master. So if you have a G Master lens, then that's Sony's equivalent to Canon's L series. If you have a G, that's like an ultrasonic lens, or maybe a little bit higher than than ultrasonic. Now I'm gonna turn this on, and you guys are gonna see it here. I'm gonna turn it on, and I am going to. There you go. So I have it here. It's really nice and snappy. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to flip to this. I don't know if you can see this now. So now I'm here, and you can see how wide it is. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Tristan Merrick here, the digital storyteller. I'm super excited to be with you once again for another episode of Cinecut, where we will be talking about, right? So it's pretty nice and wide. I'm really close to myself. I actually just did I'm pretty close to myself. But as you can see, I can go in really close. I can go in far away. I can do an over the head shot, right? I can turn it around. Right? You guys can see my setup, and I can switch back and forth. I hope that gives you a little bit more comfort, or it gives you a little bit more insight into some of the things you can do with this particular camera, the A7 Mark IV. The other thing I really like about the Mark IV is, guys, the video quality it's phenomenal. The thing that I wasn't prepared for was how good that 10-bit was going to look. I thought that I had to wait to no worries. Listen, it's all good. I paid about $1,000 for this lens, 1,100, David, and it's $1,100 well spent. I really like it. But the other thing that I was saying was with the video quality, like I knew that obviously the A7 Mark IV was going to take some of the same DNA that the A7S had or the FX3 had, but I'm just so impressed by how Sony was able to jam pack the photography elements that you would get from an A7R, Mark IV, and with that resolution, because it's about 33 megapixels, I believe, is in this camera here. But then you still have great low lighting, and you still have amazing like 10-bit 4K. I think it's 10-bit 422 color space video. The 24 frames per second high res video is fantastic. Some of the best I've seen. And it matches really well with the FX3, which is this camera to me is, I don't even think Sony did a really great job at marketing this camera. This camera is, I think, and I've only been shooting with it now for the last 3 weeks, but I've been shooting with it on pretty much every shoot. Been testing it out. I think the FX3 is probably the best camera that came out in 2021. Now, and this is coming from a person that owns Z cams. I own a Blackmagic Pocket 6K Pro. Obviously, I own the A7 IVs. This is For me, in terms of the video quality, portability, the modular nature of the camera, this particular camera, the FX3, for me as a filmmaker, creative is my favorite camera. And I think the only reason why I picked this over, let's say, the Pocket 6K Pro is solely because of autofocus. The FX3 has autofocus. The 6K Pro does not, and the 6K Pro image quality, the B-raw is phenomenal, and that's really, if you're just looking for pure image quality, then go with the 6K Pro. But if you're looking for image quality, you're looking for portability, you're looking for modularization, audio settings, audio features, you're looking for slow-mo, like ultra slow-mo in 4K, you can't beat the FX3. You cannot. So if you have questions about the FX3, please let me know, because I love talking about it. It's my new favorite camera. It's making my life so much easier. Let me see T Davis, what are you saying here? Switching out of the Canon ecosystem and looking for Sony A7 IV to be my first body. Listen to me, big up yourself. T Davis, listen. I'm about to call you TD Jakes. Listen, this camera is phenomenal. Okay, if I was on my other computer, the computer is behind me, I would definitely show you guys the footage and things of that nature. But I'm telling you, the A7 IV Mark IV is going to be probably Sony's biggest camera, like in terms of sales and things this year, because it does everything really well. There's nothing, I wouldn't say it's like A plus in any level, in any area. Like the photography is like, I think the photos are really nice because you get the extra resolution. The video is really great. Now, a lot of people ask about, well, how's the 4K 60 that's cropped in? You don't notice it. Like, I'm shooting with a 20 millimeter lens. Even if I shoot with this 105 24, at 24 in slow mo, it's great. The crop, you don't miss the crop factor at all. You don't miss the extra little bit of space. You have the focus compensation. So when the camera or the lens is breathing, it doesn't show that as much. Like this camera is the truth. I'm just telling you, as a creative, I love this camera. I'm a hybrid shooter. I'm literally, this camera was designed for me. I create content with it. I shoot photography with it. I shoot video with it. I do corporate stuff. I do commercial stuff. And this is everything. I do BTS with it. Like, I use it for, Instagram and TikTok and all this sort of stuff. And this particular camera is just, it's the truth. Give me some questions. Give me some questions here. Let me see what's going on. Let me see what's going on here. David Crawford says, TD, that's me too. David Crawford says, I had a Canon 50D with a 50 millimeter lens. Hey, listen, if you are looking to switch camera bodies, whether it's to the R6 or the R5 or the A7 Mark 3 or A7 Mark 4, whatever camera system you're switching to, I think one of the best lenses to pick up right away, if you want to have really great just image quality, is go with 50 millimeters. You can't go wrong with this setup right here. It's a camera with a 50 millimeter, a nifty 50 lens. It's going to give you all the bokeh that you need. It's not going to be too expensive. So if you drop the lens or if it breaks, it's not going to break your bank. So 50 millimeter for me is probably the first lens. A nifty 50 would be the first lens I get. Let's see some of your questions here. And by the way, if you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel or consider subscribing to the channel. Definitely hit me up with any questions. You can hit me up with super chats. I'd love to hear and see that. And then I'll be able to answer some of those questions as well. I'm just going to jump into the comments and read some of your comments here. Oh, and by the way, my name is Tristan Merricks. I go by the Digital Storyteller, and I tell stories by using digital media like digital photography, cinematography, and the like. And I'm just here doing a late night chat. I should be in my bed right now, but because it's 12:12 in Toronto, but I just wanted to jump online and just have a conversation. So I'm glad that you're here joining me, that you're with me, and that you're enjoying the conversation. Let's see what's going on here. So we got T Davis. I don't even shoot in 4K normally, so no problem that at all. Yeah, listen, I did a video about a week ago because there's this big scandal. Oh, shock and chagrin. People were like, "Oh, well, when you film in 6K or 4K 60 with the A7 Mark IV, it overheats." Whoop-de-doo, cry me a river. Listen, the camera overheated on me once, and it was because I had it in like one of the highest bit rates, and it was in the 4K 60 mode. I was in a warm environment. I was holding it. I basically had the screen on the back, right on the back. So when I say the screen was right on the back, it was like this, right? And I was looking and I was changing settings, and I also had it on the highest recording settings. It was in video mode. So that is going to happen, right? But once I start to learn the camera, I haven't had any issues. I did a full hour and a half, 2 hour interview in 4K, 24 frames per second. No problems at all. It's funny. I was shooting with two A7 Mark IVs, and I was shooting with the FX5, and the FX5 gave me an overheating warning before the A7 IVs did. I'm telling you the truth. I couldn't even believe it. I had to turn on the fans for the FX5, and for the A7 IVs, they were completely fine. So there's that as well. Let's see what else is going on here. Dave Crawford says, "Would you mind going over some of the what audio setup for the Go? I've been looking at the Rode Wireless Go to." Okay, cool. So when you're dealing with audio is the most important thing that you can master as a storyteller. Okay, and the reason why I say that is because our problem as storytellers is not really visuals. It's not color correction. It's not necessarily what lens to choose. It's not editing our photos. Those are the stuff that we tend to like to do, right? We lean in heavy on. What we don't lean in heavy on, and what we tend to have a issue with. Oh man, thank you so much. Listen, Davis, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. I don't have everything set up so it perfectly that you gave the super chat. Oh, I can do that. Perfect. You gave me a super chat. Listen, man, guys, you guys are the best. You guys are super generous. I really do appreciate it, honestly, because I love this. This is my passion, and you guys supporting the channel like this is just it's beyond words, man. I'm super happy that you guys are getting something out of this. But going back to what I was talking about before was that when we're dealing with audio, guys, what we want to make sure of is that we're using high quality mics, and we're using equipment or mics that are reliable. So high quality meaning the sound quality is good, right? There's no hissing, no things like that, and when we use it, it's easy to use, and it's reliable. It's not going to conk out on us. I'll tell you what. In my opinion, the Rode Go, both 1 and 2s, I've used them. I don't like them. Here's the reason why. Two reasons why. Number one, with the Mark 1s, you don't have the ability to necessarily change what's the word I want to use? Change the frequencies. So it doesn't give you a whole bunch of different bandwidths. I think it gives you a few of them, but if multiple people are using those bands at the same time, then it's going to interfere in your audio system. And that's actually what happened to me at a conference I was shooting in December. So there's that. The other thing is with the Go Wireless 2 is it shoots RAW. Now, when you record in that RAW format, it's a RAW format that's only that the Rode app can decrypt or encrypt or decrypt or decode. Well, sometimes what happens is those files can be corrupted, and it can't decrypt it and make it into the WAV file that's readable for your computer. And I had that happen to me twice with people's weddings. So I don't like that. I really don't like that system. It's not a great system for me. Okay, personally. So what I would say instead of that, I'm going to show you what I'm using right now. All right, I'm right here. I'm using the Tentacle Sync. Now, I don't know if you guys have used the Tentacle Sync yet. But the Tentacle Sync comes with a few different accessories. I'm going to show you the setup here. So this is the Tentacle Sync. I'm going to throw it in front of my face so it's in focus here. This is a lapel mic, okay? Right? So we have the receiver or the recorder, because it records right to here on SD cards, mini SDs. And we have a mic. Okay, you get a mic, you get one of these here, okay? Attachments. Here's where it becomes powerful. When I turn this on, and let me see if I have my phone with me. Do I have my phone? I need to find my phone here, because I want to show you the full measure of it. Here we go. We got my phone here. All right. So, have you ever been in situations where you're recording audio, but you can't check it because you're in the middle of recording a whole interview, and you don't want to stop the interview to check if you pressed record on the actual mic? Well, here's what this does. So you turn on the actual recorder. I'm going to go to Tentacle Sync. When I turn on Tentacle Sync, the app, it actually shows me that this is on. And watch what I can do. I can press record, and now it will start recording wirelessly. Now, obviously, you need to have a mic on, blase, blase, but I literally am recording wirelessly. And then I can press the stop button again, and it's going to stop it. It's going to stop recording. So I just pressed that. So it's going to stop the recording. I'm going to hold it you got to hold it for 2 seconds, and now it's stopped the recording. And now I just recorded an audio file. Okay? This is the dopest. Listen, guys, you guys don't even know. You guys don't even know how much I love this system. This system has saved my life. Not only that, guys, but here's the kicker. Here's the thing that gets me even more excited with the Tentacle Sync, okay? If you look on here, I'm going to cover my face, okay? If you look on here, we have 2 Tentacle Syncs, plus we have, I got to go over here, plus we have 2 of these smaller devices. These are what we call time code generators. I plug this into my cameras, and then this bakes in a time code into my cameras, and it also syncs with my lapel. So the talent has the lapel. This is generating a time code. This time code is being connected to this time code generator, which is connected to the video and the camera. And then I put it in the computer, and it clicks it together in their application, and I am done syncing. For weddings, for interviews, for long documentary captures, for vlogging, for blogging, for doing podcasts, whatever you want. Everything is done wirelessly, and I can monitor it wirelessly. So if I turn on this guy here, you're going to see it start turning on. Just give it a second here. It usually kicks in a moment. Now it turned on. You see that? So now it actually sees it, right? And then I can actually sync everything together, so everything's all on the same syncing wave. Volume. My volume is low. What's up? Can you guys hear me? You can hear me? I see what you're saying there. I see some people saying they can't hear me. Let me know. So the version of the Tentacle Sync I have is this one is called the Tentacle Sync lapel or mic. And then this one is just the time code. Let me see what you guys are saying here. Okay, perfect. Okay, awesome, awesome. All good. Big up yourself. This is why we call ourselves a community. You see what I'm saying? This is why we call ourselves a community, because we have to work together and make sure everybody can hear each other, and we give each other likes and thumbs up, and we get together. Okay, that's how my pastor would talk. Listen, guys. I'm honestly just happy that you guys came online. You guys had a conversation with me. I'm tapped out, but I would love to answer more of your questions if you have any more questions. If you don't, we can just hang out for a bit and chill out and have some more discussions. All right. Let me know what's up. Let me see what this question is. Do you have a Patreon account with the digital storyteller? Yes, I do. So here's the thing. Thank you for asking about that. I do have a Patreon account. Right now I'm revamping it. I'm not sure if I'm going to go with Patreon anymore, or if I'm going to switch over to another system that I'm affiliated with. The main thing that is going to happen though is I'm actually going to start my own mastermind class group. So essentially, what's going to happen is you pay just a small fee per per month. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, T. Davis. I really appreciate your generosity to the channel. Appreciate it. I'm going to actually create a mastermind. It's going to allow us, myself and my team, to be able to create the space for people to ask questions to become better digital storytellers. There's going to be a monthly fee, but that monthly fee is going to be able to provide you with access to courses, classes, question period, critiquing, a whole community behind you so that you can become better at filmmaking, better at making videos, better at business. Because my goal is not to be the digital storyteller. My goal is to build a community of digital storytellers. So I tried Patreon. Patreon's cool for some people, but I really want to create a somewhat of a streamlined process. So if you give me, another month or so, I'll definitely let you know and give you the news of where I'm taking this whole community and what I'm doing with it. My main point is that I want to give back to you. I want to be able to provide you guys with opportunities to become doper at what you do. So if you can rock with me for a little bit, I'll rock with you, and I promise you that we'll create something special and magical. Let's look at this question again from T. Davis. T. Davis, can you talk about rolling shutter on the Sony cams? Is it too much of an issue? Okay, yeah. So rolling shutter. First of all, for those of you that don't know what rolling shutter is basically when you're like whipping or moving the camera really quickly, and basically the vertical lines, in buildings and structures start looking kind of wobbly, or things in the image and in the frame look very shaky, like they're jello. They're made out of jello. The thing that is interesting about the what is it called again? Shutter. There we go. Rolling shutter is that although it's been improved on most cameras, so for instance, like the FX3 is really good with it. Some of my other, like the Blackmagic Pocket 6K is really good at it. The reality is that if you're one of those people that is really like running gun, and you're like going like this with your camera, and you're shooting it and you're whipping it and you're doing all this sort of stuff, then you're going to see rolling shutter on this. Now, is it really distracting? I don't find it distracting. I never even found, in my opinion, for the most part, I never found that the A7 Mark III was distracting in terms of rolling shutter. I think rolling shutter becomes an issue based upon the shooter. What type of shooter are you? Are you a gimbal operator? Are you a handheld operator? Are you a really energetic filmer? Do you like putting things on sticks and shooting things and allowing the action to happen in frame? What type of shooter are you? And that will really speak to whether or not the rolling shutter will be an issue. If you're asking about rolling shutter specifically with the A7 Mark IV, there is rolling shutter. It's not the best camera for rolling shutter. But that's going to be expected when you have a 7K resolution sensor, right? That shutter is going to have to go over to scan, right? So it's going to happen. It's the nature of the beast. What you can do to mitigate that is shoot with intention, shoot with a level of artistry, and be able to shoot with, at least with these cameras, right? With the A7 Mark IVs, shoot on sticks, shoot on gimbals, shoot with monopods. Be able to stabilize your footage. I think as a filmmaker, cinematographer, that's your number one job first before anything else, is stabilize your footage. Unless you're intentionally trying to give that sort of shaky cam look, I personally feel like it's really important to make sure that your footage is stable, your camera's stable. Hope that helps somebody. Let me see the next question here by David. Will your community cover immersive fiction podcasts, i.e. theater for your ears? So many fiction podcasts are being developed into TV, film, and television. Whoop, let me just see here. Film and television, and I'm working on production on my own series this year. Listen, the whole idea is, how can I help you? How can my team help you become, discover, and refine your digital storytelling skills? Digital storytelling is not just about having a camera in your hand. Digital storytelling has to do with, first and foremost, being a passionate storyteller. And once you're a passionate storyteller, then you can graduate to, okay, what platform and what tools and what outlet am I going to use to channel that storytelling ability, right? So I don't want to get into, be pigeonholed into, we're only going to talk about photography and cinematography. No, I love podcasting. I love creating soundscapes and doing those sort of things. So if that's sort of your area of genius and that's your area of passion, I'm going to help you be equipped and be informed about that space as best as possible. And if I don't know something, I'm gonna tell you I don't know it, but I'm gonna learn it, and I'm going to get the requisite information to help you become the best that you can become. That's what I love doing. That's why I have this channel. I have this YouTube channel not just because I just like talking, although I do like talking. Big up myself. It's a Jamaican thing. It's a dancehall thing. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. But the reason why I do this is because I'm passionate. I'm passionate about building you. Yeah, you. Sitting down, eating Cheetos, Doritos in your briefs. It's okay. I do that too. It's what? It's 12:30 in the morning. You can eat Doritos in your briefs. I'm passionate about giving you inspiration. I'm passionate about building up the community. I'm passionate. I don't want to just do, hey, dude, I got another camera, man. You need to buy Sony's extra awesome camera. And they didn't really sponsor this video. And I just want to just show you how rad my life is. And I spend tens of thousands of dollars to just talk about video equipment and make you tantalize and fantasize about video equipment. No. I want to see you guys thrive. I want to see you guys do well. I want to see you guys live out the things that you have in your mind in terms of capturing and telling stories in a new way. Stories are our way to share our perspectives, to share our hearts, to share our beliefs. So it's important as storytellers, as people that are passionate about storytelling, to tell the stories in dope ways. All right? It takes a village. Let's go. It takes big up yourself. Let's go, guys. Let's go. It takes a village. David Crawford said the best. Listen, guys, for those of you guys and gals and people and individuals and souls in the YouTube galaxy, I just want to welcome you to this community. This is the Digital Storytellers community. I am the Digital Storyteller. My name's Tristan Barracks. If you don't know who I am, check me out. Check out my videos. Consider subscribing to the channel. Consider supporting on whatever level you can, sending a super chat in, because we're just having conversations. I'm here to help and support and inspire you. Every little bit counts. Even just your positive energy helps me and inspires me and motivates me and challenges me to create better content, to do things that will spark conversation and help you become a better digital storyteller. What's going on here? Let's see here. No crabs in the barrel mentality here. I love it. No crabs in the barrel mentality. Let's talk about some other stuff. Listen, guys, if there is one lens that you should get, in my opinion, You should invest in a 24 to 105. Yes, I know. Everybody always talks about, oh, but it's only 4K. It's only f4. I can't use a f4 lens. F4 lenses are too slow. I need to get the 24 to 70 because that's a f2.8, 2 point whatever. Listen, two things I have to say. Number one, f4 is more than enough. Okay? Super sharp, still gives you depth of field. You have literally the 24 focal length, the 35 focal length, 50, 75, 85, 90, and 105 all in one lens. And it doesn't make you lazy. It doesn't make you apprehensive. It doesn't make you cheap to buy a lens that gives you that flexibility that you need as a creative, especially if you're in situations where you don't have time to switch lenses, right? Now, if you are, afraid of the fact that it's only f4, the thing that you should consider anytime you're thinking, oh, a lens is too slow, consider how many times are you shooting in low lighting situations and what camera are you shooting with. These cameras, whether it's the A7 Mark IV or it's the FX3 or if it's the A7S Mark III, all of these cameras can give you an extra stop or two or three of light sensitivity coming from the sensor. So what you lose, in a stop on your lens, you gain back in ISO sensitivity. So are you really losing anything? No, you're not. You're not. So that's something to consider. It's just something to consider. Let's see what your questions are here. Yo, that shirt is fire. Are they for sale? Do you ship to US? Of course I do. Big up yourself. Come on now. I ship to there we go. I ship to the US. I ship internationally anywhere you want. I got this one here, which is the digital storytellers. And then I also got Story Over Everything hoodies. Now, the pink is not available, but it is available in black and gray, both crew neck and in hoodies form. Story Over Everything is not only what I live my life by, a mantra I live my life by, but it's also the name of one of my podcast shows. So Story Over Everything is really about understanding that your story is the most important thing that you have. It's your gift to the world. So are you going to use it? Are you going to tell your story? Or are you going to be afraid of what people may think, feel, or believe about your story? Your story is one of the most innately valuable gifts that you can give to the world. So give it to the world. Tell the world about who you are and how you see the world and what you think about the world and some of the experiences that you went through, because those experiences are connective tissues to give you to land you your next opportunity, to land you, meeting a new person that you can do business with, a new person that you can build with, you can tell stories with. So anyways, listen guys, this has been fantastic. This has been incredible. If you're watching later on in the stream, or you're watching on the replay, please type in where you're from. Please type in what you think. Give me a like, share, and subscribe. Tell other people about the channel. I'll be back. This was a late night session. I may do it tomorrow. Not sure. Depends on how I feel. Depends on what you guys think. If you guys, you know what? Let me see if I can pull up a poll. I'm gonna jump into. I'm gonna actually jump to my YouTube channel, and I'm gonna pull up a poll and see if you guys, how many of you guys would like us to meet up again tomorrow night or next Monday. You know what I mean? We can do it up that way. I'm gonna put out a poll here. Let me see if I can create a poll really quickly. Oh man, this is incredible. This is so cool. Yep. Let me see if I meet with you tomorrow night. All right. And if not, we can always do next Monday. I'm down if my daughter isn't born. I love it. I love it. That's dope. That's what's up. That's what's up. We got a poll up right now, so you guys can let me know what your thoughts are with regards to whether or not we want to do it tomorrow. I may just jump on tomorrow and just talk anyways. Anyways, listen, appreciate you guys. I hope you guys are safe and encouraged and inspired. Let's connect up tomorrow and have some fire chats again. All right. Talk to you guys later. If you have other questions, hit me up. Just direct it to info@tristanbarracks.com, or you can DM me. All right. Peace out. Love, blessings, all that stuff. Stay creative, guys.